One thing to note is the database has a proprietary feature that lets you accuse any one or more of the suspects. Is the flashing A button of the top left of the screen. Hello, assalamualaikum guys, welcome back to my Interrogation Files Port Landsend series. On my previous video, we've unlocked all of the suspects and get a grand access to accuse anyone or more than one suspect. Their destiny are on our hands. Sort of. Let's continue the story. Keyword: witchcraft.
Bite your tongue. I hope you're not implying that I'm associated with such mischief. Witchcraft is for the young.
You do have a reputation amongst the kids in town.
Oh, I've heard them too, calling me all sorts of names. Incredibly disrespectful, the youth of today.
What sort of names do they call you?
I don't pay much attention, they're just kids. The worst is hearing it from older people, who should know better. This and that bitty, Mrs. Death, everything you can think of, I've heard them all. Like I said, I don't pay them much attention.
You can imagine their thinking. With the store, and I thought your type didn't mind being called that.
Such broad strokes we're painted with. Phooey.
So what, you're offended?
Give me some credit.
All right. You're not a witch. Not offended.
Such a rude interview. Or is it interrogation this time?
I guess I don't know what I was expecting. We all went on the website at school before we left and read about it. How everything, like different groups and religions, have sort of a claim to the site. That it's this and that, something for all their beliefs. Not Christian religions, but other types. More native stuff and the witch stuff. Satanists, Wiccans, I guess. I don't know if that's right. Emily and Greg were pretty into it. I thought it was kind of funny. Sorry, I guess I'm not feeling well. Looking forward to going home.
Thanks. This has already been super helpful.
Emily and Greg on to witchcraft.
Ever trying to do witchcraft yourself? Seems like you live in the right place for it.
Doesn't everyone when they're younger?
No, but go ahead.
I tried to get someone to like me once.
Romantically?
Yeah, sure.
How'd that work out?
It didn't.
That's all you tried?
Yeah, basically.
Basically?
Yeah, and then the reversal.
Which was?
Undoing it, I stopped liking them. Your little dash of revenge, kid stuff though. I knew it wasn't going to work, and it didn't. The only thing that happens with that stuff is when people end up setting their house on fire.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I don't know. We had that thing years ago, the house fire outside of town, remember? That was like the worst thing we had before this. Someone died all because of the same thing. What did the newspaper call it? The dog tooth ritual? I personally think Ruth and all her kind need to get out of town. They've been here for too long. People are getting hurt, some innocent, some not.
Dog tooth ritual? Noted. Keyword: garage.
You want to know about my car? That's not a question. It's rather old, hence the trouble I have with it. An old bug, yellow. What else would you like to know about it?
So when you have trouble, what do? Are you a big mechanic there, Natalie?
No, I'm not. I have someone work on it, obviously. You know.
Who works on it for you?
I've had someone come over to look at it, and I've taken it to the garage. I've owned it for a long time.
So you do take it to Jerry's garage then? The one over on Main near the train tracks?
Yes, I think I've taken it there before a few times. I don't keep track of stuff like that.
Took it there 2 weeks ago?
No. Well, actually, yeah, come to think of it, needed some air.
So what did you and the mechanic talk about?
Small talk, nothing important.
Let's see if we get some CCTV footage from Jerry.
Evidence. Invoice for Natalie 2 weeks ago. That proves that she went to garage on Caleb's shift. Message. The IT guy got confused over the hacker message. Keyword Caleb.
Right before 4, I was in the front room by myself, cleaning up the cards and other stuff. Brian and Emily were in the living room, I think, doing whatever, hanging out. Alana was sleeping, I think, and I don't know what Greg was doing. Maybe he was getting ready for bed, or maybe he was in the kitchen. So I'm cleaning up the table, and I hear a loud thump on the ceiling above me. The living room is directly below the main bedroom, where Alana was sleeping, so I don't really know why it sounded different, but I stopped what I was doing for a second. It was just kind of unexpected, really, and it had been a weird night. I think I figured it was Brian getting ready to join Alana to go to sleep. Maybe he was getting changed or something, but it was a loud thud. Kind of made the stuff in the room vibrate a little. I didn't hear anything else, though, so I didn't think about it again. I went back, picking up the cards, putting them away, and then I hear and feel what sounds like an explosion, followed by the sound of glass shattering. A lot of glass shattering, falling, hitting the ground, all from the back of the house. I might have even screamed right at that second, because it was so unexpected. I can't remember. It wasn't a bassy sounding explosion. The most distinctive sound was a really loud crack, and the house shook. Stuff turned off for a second, and then came back on. This all happened so quickly, but somehow it seemed slow too. The details are really vivid, though. So I heard the explosion sound, and I don't know what to think. I'm frozen. It just really took my breath away. And then I became hyper aware of everything instantly. I made about 2 or 3 steps to the door, which was closed, about to see what happened. And I make it a few steps, and then the door opens right then. Not fast or slow, it just opens. And then it was that guy again. That same guy. But this time he's smiling, looking at me. And he had these horrible teeth and this horrible looking face. It was like the wind got knocked out of me. My legs were like jelly. It was like a body blow or something. I fell on the ground and screamed and said, "What are you doing here?" I called out for help for Brian and Greg, anyone.
So there was an explosion.
The guy didn't move though. He just kept standing there in the doorway with that stupid look on his face. I called out again for help, I think. I got up, maybe asked him what he was doing there again or what he wanted. I remember being really scared though. I threw some things at him, missed, and he took a few steps towards me. I decided to run, charge past him. I ran straight towards him as fast as I possibly could. I was going to get by him no matter what, and I did. I think I hit his arm as he tried to grab me, but I went past him. I hit the front hallway and went straight back to the living room. As I ran past, I remember someone standing in the room that I caught out of the corner of my eye. It didn't seem like any of my friends, though. They didn't seem to fit somehow. And I was just going, so I didn't get a good look at them. I was running full speed, scared. I burst into the living room, and immediately I got hit in the mouth and head hard. I don't know by what, maybe a fist or an arm or something. I remember flashes of the next couple moments, in pain, crawling, trying to get up. Someone was around me and someone screamed, and then I blacked out. I don't remember anything else after that, sorry. Apparently you guys found me there in the morning or something.
Okay, thanks. Is there anything else you can tell us? Is there anyone you think could have done this?
No, I don't think so.
Do you remember anything about the guy in the house?
He seems like a homeless guy. Big coat. I can't really remember.
Remember any details about the other people?
I'm not even sure I saw them.
If we give you a suspect photo sheet with photos of different guys on it, do you think you could identify them?
I could try.
Okay, let's do that. How about at the bar? Did anyone seem threatened there? Or at the home? At the house? What did you do earlier in the day? Also, we can pause for a moment if you want to get out of your hospital clothes and change. Might be more comfortable in here. It's kind of cold.
Okay, that sounds good.
So that's why some skin on her fingernail. But the blood type doesn't fit for Caleb. Maybe she's lying. Message. The press really focused closely on Heather's first-hand account of that night.
Can you tell us more about what the guy you saw in the house looked like?
Just like a bum. Like old, dirty clothes, a big jacket, dirty skin, ripped shoes, kind of hunched over, but about my height, maybe a little taller.
So you didn't recognize him?
No, I don't think so.
Did you notice if he was wearing a hat?
Oh, yeah, it was one of those wool hats, a beanie thing.
What color was the beanie?
It was dirty, but I think it was red. Or wait, no, violet. No, it was purple.
Okay, thanks. And he couldn't have been invited that night, maybe by one of your friends?
Maybe, but I don't think so. We wouldn't hang out with someone like that.
Okay.
He's violent and dangerous.
Let's try something else. Here's a bunch of photos with potential suspects, and we'd like you to circle the photo of the person you think most resembles the man you saw break into the house at 4 a.m.
Think really hard before deciding.
Okay. That's him.
Okay, thanks. That's our man then.
Evidence. She's pointing out Caleb. Yeah, basically describing Caleb.
I don't know a Caleb.
You never encountered a Caleb in your life? Never met one in town, or say at the garage downtown?
No.
Interesting.
We got records of everyone who went to have their car serviced at Jerry's garage downtown. We have a record from the garage showing you were there 2 weeks ago and that Caleb was working there that day.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was. I don't know.
Keyword, Ruth.
Ruth? Yeah, she owns a circle store. It's popular among those who are interested in spiritual alignment, if you know what I mean.
She says she knows about your feelings towards Alana's father.
She said that?
Yeah. Described as commingling. Any idea what that means?
It's nothing serious, just an affair.
An affair the whole town is talking about?
The whole town is not talking. And never mind her. She's crazy. She's the one who thinks her dog's still alive, right? I saw her carrying around an empty leash and talking to it once. I don't trust anything she says.
I can't believe this. Ken was dead?
I did go into her shop for a reading once a few years ago. With some girlfriends for a laugh.
A psychic reading?
Yeah, she's got stuff to make noise in the room, sounds, lights, the whole thing. I went in high school once too. Pretty much the same setup back then as it is now. I guess it's somewhat fun once in theory, or when you're with your friends. Anyway, we went in a year or two ago, and she did her whole routine for us, the whole spiel. We all found it quite funny, but we had come from a happy hour. I think she said I was going to meet my soulmate soon. I just laughed at the time.
Keyword, witness.
Where was I that night? Seen at the Lantern, as you know. I left around 2:15 a.m., shortly after it closed. Walked home, went to bed.
Did anyone see you?
See me what?
Walking home or at home?
Yeah. Were you with anyone? Who can corroborate, I mean?
I was alone the whole time.
Excuse us one moment. So you have nobody who can back up your story that you ever met any of the kids that night, and nobody else who can back up your story that you went home and went to sleep.
What reason would I have to hurt them?
You tell us.
That's ridiculous, come on.
She went home at 2:15. Okay. The shocking part was Ken was dead already. So Ruth were lying to us the whole time. She was testified that When she was walking past the house, she looked at the house because Ken saw it first. So, she already knew something was going on in the house that time? Okay folks, that's it for today. I hope we can solve this soon. Bye for now. Assalamualaikum.